Hello, everybody. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope so. Welcome to English Fluency Center YouTube channel. Today I'm going to upload yes, no questions video for you. And if this is your first time at English Fluency Center, don't leave without hitting subscribe button so that next lessons will not leave you, will not escape from you. So our topic for today is yes, no questions and vice WH questions and how questions. So, but first of all, let me give you an introduction of yes, no questions. If you want to use yes, no questions, you should know three basic auxiliary verbs: be, do, and have. Be. Are you married? Answer. Yes, I am. Are you married? Yes, I am. Or, no, I am not. Are you following me? Yes, we are. Are you following me? Yes, I am is when you are one person. If you are many people, you say, yes, we are. If no, say, no, we are not, or we aren't. There are people who mispronounce this answer. We don't say, no, we aren't. No, please say, no, we aren't. Are you following me? No, we aren't. Are you following me? Yes, we are. Number two, verb to do. And you can use the past. Here I said, are you? You can use were you. I can say, for example, were you married last year? Okay, if I say where, here, there, you will say, yes, I was. If I say, were you married? You will say, no, I wasn't. Was not can become wasn't. Okay, here I say, are you following me? In the past, I will say, well, were you following me? If so, you are not saying, yes, we are, because this is the past. Instead, you say, yes, we were. Okay? Yes, we were, if yes. Or, no, we weren't. This aren't becomes weren't. 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 Don't say weren't. Weren't. Were you following me yesterday? Yes, we were. Were you following me yesterday? No, we weren't. Number two is do. Okay, do. We use do when you want to know what somebody does. So today we are making it yes, no questions. Okay, so I can say, do you love me? Do you love me? If so, you say, yes, I do. Yes, I do. If no, you say, no, I don't. Do you love me? Yes, I do. Do you love me? No, I don't. This do can also become did in the past. For example, did you subscribe? Did you subscribe? Did you subscribe? Answer, yes, we did. And no, we didn't. We didn't. Okay. Did you subscribe? Yes, we did. Did you subscribe? No, we didn't. Now, we are going to study have. Okay? Do you understand? I hope so. Are you following me? I hope so. Don't forget to subscribe. So, as I started saying, this is your English teacher, Dieu. If you don't know me, you can search English Fluency Center. This is going to be your way to follow my lessons. And I'm teaching you from Rwanda. Okay. Okay, now let us look at have. Have is used to make perfect forms, either present or past. The past of have is had. So I want to ask you if you have been to America. Have you been to America? If so, you say, yes, I have. If no, you say, no, I haven't. Have you been to America? Yes, I have. Have you been to America? No, I haven't. But I can ask you another question using had. I'm going to make the past of have and make it had. Okay, let me continue. Okay, good. Had you been to America before you went to France? Okay, this is in the past. Had you been to America? Wari warageze muri America before you went to France? Mbere yo kuja mu Bufaransa? If so, you say, remember question mark? Yes, I had. If so, no, I hadn't. If not. So, Had you been to America before you went to France? Yes, I had. No, I hadn't. So, now, let's continue with other modal verbs. Okay. Now, let's continue with I am teaching you yes, no questions. Now, I'm going to teach you other auxiliaries. Here, we finished using be, do, and have. I am going to teach you other auxiliaries which are called modal verbs. So, there is number one, modals. Number one is will. When you want to ask a yes-no question using will, you are expressing the future. So I can say, will you marry me? Will you marry me? If so, you say, yes, I will. If no, you say, no, I won't. If you are a boy, you can ask a girl, will you marry me? Yes. If the girl accepts, she will say, yes, I will. If the boy accepts, he will also say, yes, I will. Will you? Will is used to make future. But you can also use it in the past using would. Okay. Would is different now. It becomes a reported speech. When you are expressing, when you are narrating what other people say they would do in the past. Okay? If, for example, somebody said, I will go to market, and you want to narrate this to other people, you can say, John said that he would go to market. Okay, now let's continue with the use of would in questions. Okay, you can use would when you want to offer something, to offer a gift or anything else. If, for example, you are a waiter or a waitress and you want to give your customer, a guest, okay, something to eat or to drink, you can ask, would you like? Would you like a drink? Would you like a drink? Would you like a drink? If a guest, your guest at the restaurant or hotel or your customer accepts your offer, they will say, yes, please. If they refuse, they will say, no thanks. No thanks. If you want to give me something, for example, I want to give you a drink. Don't worry. Okay. My teaching equipment is a chalk and a blackboard. When you see my chalky hand, don't worry. Would you like a drink? If you are there, say, yes, please. I will give you. Would you like a drink? If no, you are not thirsty. You say, no, thank you. Okay, let me drink this water. Would you like a drink? If so, yes, say yes, please. Okay. Dear followers, I was telling you the use of would when you want to offer. Now, when you want somebody to make a choice, to choose something, you will say, would you prefer? I am going to ask you to choose between alcohol and non-alcohol. Would you prefer alcohol or non-alcohol? Or non-alcohol? If you accept, you will say, alcohol, please. If you refuse, you will say, no, thank you, or no. Okay, but you can choose one thing by adding the word please. Kwemera. To make a choice. Okay, this is the way you choose. Guhitamo. Now, I'm going to give you another way you can make people choose what you want to give them. Okay, let me write it here. Would you rather? Would you rather? Now, when I say, would you rather, I will follow with have. Would you rather have? Would you rather have tea, some tea? Would you rather have some tea or water? Okay. Would you rather have some tea or water? Now, I want you to choose between tea and water. Wahitamo icyayi cyangwa amazi. Would you rather have? Have is like take. Would you rather have some tea or water? Okay? Here, I have water. And maybe here I have tea. I want you to choose between water and tea. Good. So I will say, would you rather wahitamo? Have, please, dear students. Don't use to. Would rather is not followed by to. Ntabwo bakoresha to. Would you rather have? Ntabwo ushyiraho would you rather to have. Would you rather have some tea or water? Niwemera uzavuga uti some tea please. Some tea please. Okay. If you choose one thing After being asked, would you rather make sure you use please? Something, please. Are we together? Good. So this is the end of would you as used to ask people to choose. Now, let me give you another way you can use this model would. Okay. So, another way you can use would when you want people to do something. You can ask people to do something in a polite way. So, I will say, would you mind? Would you mind? We use would you mind plus a gerund. Do you know what a gerund is? A gerund is a noun formed from a verb. So a gerund is not a verb, but it's a noun that behaves like a verb. Okay? So when I say, would you mind? I am telling you, I am asking you to do something in a polite way. Would you mind opening the door? The door. Would you mind opening the door? If so, you say no. This time you are not going to say yes. This question is positive, but you should answer by using a negative form. Would you mind opening the door? Bisobanuye aricho bigutwaye byagutwara gukinga. If no, that means nacho byantwaya. Okay? Then you say, I will, ndabikora. No, I will. Okay. Another expression which behaves like this is, do you mind? Sorry. Do you mind? Okay. Do you mind opening the door? Mbangubwiye aricho byutwaye gukingura. You say, no. Do you mind closing? Do you mind closing the door? Okay, the answer is the same. Always say no if you accept. But when you don't accept, you can just tell the reason. If you have the reason, you say, I'm sorry, I'm busy. I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, you can't refuse in a polite way. Good. So, this is the end of model would. Okay. Now, I'm going to teach you another model, another common model that is used to make yes, no questions. Okay, that one is may. Oh, let's begin by can. Can. We use can to express ability. If you want to ask somebody if they are able to do something, you will say, can you, for example, I will ask you, can you drive? Can you drive? If I say, can you drive? You will say, yes, I can. If no, say, no, I can't. Can you drive? Yes, I can. Can you drive? No, I can't. This is the present. But I can also make it past. The past is could. Okay? This time I refer to the past. Could you? I'm going to ask you, now you are a big man, but before you were a child, could you run fast? Could you run fast in your childhood? In your childhood, you can say, yes, I could. Yes, I could. If no, I couldn't. No, I couldn't. I couldn't. Could you run fast in your childhood? If you accept, you say, yes, I could. If you refuse, you say, no, I couldn't. This is the end of could. But this could can be used to make a request, to ask somebody to do something. To ask somebody to do something. Okay? Now, okay, could you? I'm going to ask you to lend me some money. Could you lend me some money? Okay? Could you lend me some money? Okay? Wanguriza mafaranga. Okay? When you accept to say, how much, for example, how much do you need? How much do you need? Do you need? Ukeneye ngahe? Okay, for example, I'm going to talk to one student here. Could you lend me some money? Ask me, how much do you need?
I need 1 million of 1 million.
Okay, the student said, I need 1 million. Okay, I need 1 M. Or you can say, yes, I could. And in English, when you give some people, you say, here you are. Here you are. Here you are. Here you are means Akira. Could you lend me some money? I can say, could you lend me a pen? Ugasubiza ngo here you are. Urayimbereza ukamubwira ngo here you are.
Yes.
Okay? Okay. Let me show you the student that I'm asking here. Okay. Could you lend me a pen? Yes. When you give me, you say, here you are. Could you lend me a pen?
Yes, here you are.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So these are my students here. So dear students, this is a very important question. This is a very important question you can make when you need something. Don't say, give me. Don't say, give me. When you ask something, you say, could you lend me? Could you lend me? Okay, good. They are good students here. Okay, now, I hope many people are following. Please, don't miss this lesson. Don't miss this lesson, because after this lesson, you will be able to ask your friends to make a request. Okay? Now, let's continue. That was could you. The past of can, which is used to make a request or to express past ability. Okay, very good students. So now I'm going to teach you the use of may. May, okay? May is used to ask, to give. When you want a permission, You say, may I? For example, if one student of mine asks me, excuse me, teacher, may I go out? May I go out? Nshobora gusohoka. When a teacher accepts, say, yes, you may. Yes, you may. Okay? When a teacher refuses, we'll say, no, you may not. No, you may not. Okay, am I right, students? Yes. Okay, very good. So now, one student is going to ask me a permission. Okay? One student is going to ask me a permission. Okay. Ask me a permission. You are going to say this. Okay?
May I go out?
Yes, you may. And you?
May I go out?
No, you may not. Okay. Yes. Good. Very good student.
Yes. Yeah, that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did a great job. So this is the end of yes, no questions.
Yes.
Next time I will teach you the use of WH questions.
Yes.
So thank you, good students. This is the end of our lesson. Yes. Make sure if it is your first time at English Fluency Center to subscribe. Next time I will teach you live WH questions, and I will invite one student to come here and I will ask questions alternatively. Okay? Thanks for watching me. Please hit subscribe button if this is your first time at English Fluency Center. Like, share, and comment. I am going to answer your questions that you ask in the comment later. Bye-bye for now, dear students. Okay. We can continue by WH question, right? WH questions. People are still interested. People are still interested. I am going to give you introduction to WH question. Okay. I'm just giving you introduction of the use of WH questions. We have number 2, WH questions. WH questions. These questions are made or are asked to ask for information. If you need some information about something, you use number 1, what? Okay. For example, what do you do? Okay, let's say, what do you have? What do you have? You can say, I have a pen. Okay, let me ask one student. What do you have?
I have pen.
You have a pen. Let me ask one who has a book. Student, what do you have?
You have a book.
You have a notebook. Okay. Good student. When somebody say, what do you have? He needs or she needs information about one of the things that you need to ask. When you say, yeah, I have a book. I have a book. This is information about something. Now, number 2, you can also use which. You can also use which. Which is also possible, but the which is about types, kinds. For example, I want to know what type or what kind of that book, okay? For example, there is a general vocabulary book, but I want to specify which book. Which book do you have? Which book do you have? Which book do you have? If it's an English book, you say, I have an English book. I have an English book. English 1. This time I am using 1 because I have already mentioned book. Which book do you have? I have an English 1. Okay? Which pen do you have? I have a blue 1. Which pen do you have? I have a red 1. 1 is used as a pronoun. When you avoid to repeat something. You avoid repeating what has been mentioned. Okay, students? Are we together? Okay, good. So now, I'm going to teach you number 3 of WH questions. So, if you need some information about, don't worry, I am teaching. If my tie is chalky like this, it's because I'm teaching using a chalk. It's okay. Okay? Yeah. Yes. Good students. I have cleaned. So now I'm going to ask you about a place. I need information about a place. I need some information about one place. I want to know where you are. Where are you? My students here can say, we are in the classroom. Yes, students, where are you? Yes, my student said, we are in the classroom. So the question is about information about somewhere. Where are you? Okay. My student said, we are in the classroom. We are in the classroom. Okay. Students, where are you?
We are in the classroom.
Where are you?
We are in the classroom.
Wow, they are good students. My student said they are in the classroom. Okay. So, that was information about where they are. I can also ask you something, what you do, where you do something from. For example, I can ask you, where do you work? This question is for those people who are employed. Okay, where do you work? I can say, I work at a high school in my local community. Where do you work? I work in a studio. I work at MTN Center. Okay, this question is used to ask someone about a location, about a place. Dear students, if you just joined my channel, share this lesson. It's a very good lesson. You can take notes. Yeah, it's going to help you. Am I right? Good. So let's go to number 4. I'm just using one part here. Okay? I'm using one part. I'm going to number 4. Okay. Now, number 4 is when. When. I can ask you a question using when I need some information about the time. I can, for example, because I have used simple present many times, This time I'm gonna use simple past. I'm going to say, when were you born? When were you born? When were you born? This time I need some information about the time when you were born. When were you? Dear students, don't say where. No. We pronounce where. Where. Dear students, repeat where. Where. Good. So don't say were you. When were you born? Now you are going to tell me the year in which you were born. Let me tell you my year. Don't worry. I was born in 1982. I was born in 1982. Okay. I can also ask a place. Where were you born? I was born in Kigali. Where were you born is also possible to ask about the place in the past. But here I'm asking about the time. When were you born? I was born in 1982. When you say the time, the year in which you were born, don't say 1982. You say 1982. There are people who were born 1980, 1970, 1990, 19 so and so on. But there are students who were born in 2000. I was born in 2000. When when the number is followed by 30, you don't say 2000. You say 2000. 2000. Okay? 2001. Did you know that? I was born in 2000, in 2001, and so on. For example, those children who are being born this year, we can say 2025. Okay, good. Now, let's go on with another WH question number 5. WH question number 5 is why? Why? Dear students, repeat. Why? 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 Okay. Good. I can see many comments here. Aha. Yeah, people here are saying hi. Okay, yes. I repeat, hi. Yes. Many students are following me. Good. Yeah, good followers. Thanks for saying hi. I have another group here of students that is following me live. Some of you who previously started have seen them. I'm going to let them show up again when they answer. Okay? So, why is used to ask or to request for reason information? When you need information, some information about a reason, you say why. For example, I'm going to ask students why they are here. Why are you here? Why are you here? When they answer, they say, we are here to study English. We are here to study English. To study English. My students are going to answer, okay? Yeah, I know that they are ready. Students, why are you here? Why are you here? We are here studying English. Yes, very good, students. We are here to study English. Okay. Now, this is about reason. Okay. Now, well, let's continue with number 6. Okay. Number 6 is who. Number 6 is who. Okay. I have asked you to ask a question using why. For example, why did you come to school? I came to school to study. Why did you come to school? Dear students, we are going to say, we came to study. Okay? We came to do what? Okay. Students, why did you come to school?
We came to study.
Wow, very good students. My students here came to study. Okay. Now, let's continue following on the board. Okay. The next WH question is who. Okay. Who is used as, number 1, a subject when you want to know who is that person. Subject, who is used as subject, okay, when you want to know who does something. And here is an example. I want to know who does something. That is a subject. Okay, I am going to ask my students here, who teaches you English? Who teaches you English? Who teaches you English? Let me ask my students live. When I say who teaches you English, you say, Teacher John does. Teacher John? Teacher John does. Okay. Dear students, who teaches you English?
Teacher John does.
Teacher John does. Wow, good answer. Okay. My students are following from everywhere. So this is the answer. Who teaches? This time, who is a subject? Who teaches you English? Teacher John does. Now I want to use it as an object. Okay? I want to use it as an object. Who do you love? Repeat. Who do you love? Now I am asking you to tell me the name of that person you love. Who do you love? For example, if you ask me as a teacher, I'm going to say, I love my wife. I love my wife. Okay, you are going to ask me, students, okay? My students are going to ask me, hey, who do you love? Hey, ask me.
Who do you love?
I love my wife. Repeat.
Who do you love?
I love my wife and children. Okay, good students. So we use who in 2 ways. We use who as a subject to know who does something, and who as an object to know what you do for some person or somebody. Okay? Let's continue with number 7. Many students are following. Number 7 is whose. Students, repeat. Whose.
Whose.
Okay. We use whose when you want some information about the owner of something. So you add the name or noun of that thing that you know, you want to know, okay? For example, I want to ask students about this, okay? Whose bottle is this? Students, ask me, say, whose bottle is this?
Whose bottle is this?
Okay, now because I have it, and you are asking me, don't say whose bottle is this. You are going to use that because you don't have it. Okay? Now ask me, whose bottle is that?
Whose bottle is that?
Okay, now when I say it's mine. It's mine. Okay, it's mine means ni yanje. Okay, ask me again.
Whose bottle is that?
Repeat.
Whose bottle is that?
It's mine. Very good, students. Now, we can continue our lesson. Okay, that was the use of whose. What is the last one? Number 8. I think that my students have already written whose bottle is this. Okay, now I can also use whose with other verbs. But because now today I want you to understand, next time I will make you practice live. This video will be live and I will ask my students to comment, to ask live. Today is an introductory lesson. I want you to understand what they mean. Okay, let's go to the last one. Number 8 is whom. Whom is only an object. It means the same as who, but it is an object. Only an object. Students repeat whom. Okay, whom. Whom is used the same as who as an object. Let's make an example. Okay, the way I said, who do you love? I can say, whom do you love? Whom do you love? Okay? Before, my students asked me, who do you love? Now, I'm going to ask them. I will say, whom do you love? And then they will say, we love our teacher. We love our teacher. Okay? Good. Students, you are going to answer this question. Okay? Whom do you love?
We love our teacher.
Very good, students. My students love me. And you followers, do you love me? I hope so. Am I a good teacher? I don't know, but you know, and God knows, because I am serving God. I am teaching you serving God because God created you. So God created you for me, to follow me, to watch me, teaching you at English Fluency Center. Every Sunday, I will be teaching you live. Don't miss my lessons. Okay, students? Now, this is the end of WH questions. Next time, I'll teach you in conversations. I will teach you through conversations. Please don't miss. I hope if you are following from everywhere in the world and it's your first time, you have subscribed. Okay, hit the subscribe button. If you hit the subscribe button, this is gonna be a good way for you to get notified of our new uploaded lessons. Okay, students? So now, don't miss this opportunity. Yeah, and I am using the blackboard. And if there's anyone who is following me and is ready to support with a whiteboard, I am still gathering some money so that I can buy a whiteboard. Next time I will use a whiteboard when I have. Don't worry, I am just using the materials. I am chalky. This is my job. Don't worry. Okay? There are people who say, this is a blackboard. It's okay. This is my equipment, my teaching equipment. Don't worry. That teacher is tricky and don't worry. Okay. So now, lesson number 2 of WH questions is over. Okay. Let me finish the last topic. Okay, our last topic is how. How questions. That is number 3. How questions. Okay. Oh, that was this one. Yes and no is over. Okay. We are using a new topic here. Okay, we are at number 3. How questions. How questions. Okay. How questions. We use how to ask about the manner. About what? The manner. Method that is used when you do something. Okay, good. So now, question number 1. How. How is followed by any adjective when you want to know the manner. Okay, for example, I want to know your age. Okay, I will say, how old are you? Okay, students ask me, how old are you?
How old are you?
I will say, I am 43 years old. 33 years old. Okay, you use number here and years old. I'm going to ask one student here how old he is. Hey, how old are you?
I am 20 years old.
How old are you?
I am 20 years old.
I am 20 years. How old are you?
I am 20 years old.
How old are you?
I am 23 years old.
How old are you?
I am 20 years old.
And so on. How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
20 years old. How old are you? 18 years old. So my students are asking many questions, are answering well. Okay. And here, we continue with number 2 question. This word is about ages. Students repeat, ages. Ages. Okay, ages, that means how old someone is. Okay, good. So, number 2, how question is, how often? How often? We don't say, some people say how often. American people say how often. But British people say how often. Students repeat, how often?
How often?
So maybe somebody will ask me, how often do you eat? How often do you eat? When you say, how often do you eat, you want to know how many times I do something. For if you ask me, how often do you eat, and I eat twice, I say, I eat twice a day. I eat twice a day. A day. Maybe lunch and dinner, or breakfast and lunch. Or there are people who can say, I eat 3 times or thrice. 3 times a day or thrice a day. Or thrice. 3 times is the same as thrice. Okay, let me ask you, these students maybe eat 3 times a day. I'm going to ask them, but because there are many, they are going to use we. Okay? Students, you are going to use we. Okay? We eat. So, are we together? I'm going to ask you, how often do you eat? And we say, we eat 3 times a day. Okay? Good. Now, let me ask you. Students, how often do you eat?
We eat 3 times
a day. Can you repeat?
We eat 3 times a day.
Okay, 3 times a day. You are good student. You are good student. Now, let's continue. Let's continue our lesson. We eat 3 times a day. Okay, so now we are going to continue with number 3. That was a question you used to ask how many times. How often means the same as how many times. Number 3 is how many. Repeat, how many?
How many?
How many is used to ask the amount